Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, mini Motorways. Let's go to Manila for today's daily challenge where the speed will be increased on bridges. And we begin with 3 motorways. All right, let's get out of my shoulder. Oh. Must have slept funky on it or something. My left shoulder hurts. Is awful. It is a horrible fate to have befallen the me. I am in pain and hurting. Ugh. However will we continue? We can only press forward. The alternative is worse. Somehow. Alright. It is Friday. Happiest of Fridays to all y'all. I am like 99% sure I don't have to do anything for work today. Which is nice. My work is such that, you know, as y'all are very well aware, having tried to follow my fuck-ass stream schedule for the past years. Anyway. So, because of the nature of my work, working in depositions and that sort of thing, there's no like routine 9 to 5 or nothing like that. There's, you know, you show up to the job when the job needs to be done, and sometimes that means it's a 45-minute deposition of someone who was associated with a company that did an evil thing but wasn't really doing any of the evil stuff, and sometimes it's a 14-hour day deposing a half of a bitter married couple who are now bitter and breaking up and divorcing, where you have to rehash every single marital argument you've had over the course of their entire relationship, and also they don't want to tell you nothing because, well, you're their husband's lawyer, so obviously you don't want to tell them nothing, and they weren't prepped for the deposition and told that you actually do have to answer questions, so it's a very long day. Sometimes these things happen. My point is, my work is structured such that we get paid as though we've worked a 40-hour week, which is nice. It's the way they can keep full-time employees like on call and on retainer, even if we're not actually working 40-hour weeks. But if we do actually factually clock in and work for more than 40 hours, we still get overtime. Best of both worlds. Excellent. I'm at like 37 hours for the week, and I said to my supervisor yesterday, hey, buddy, hey, just so you know, 40 is a magic number. We have to tell you things. I'm going to be over 40 if I get any substantial assignment on Friday. And he was like, cool, noted. And now I don't have an assignment for Friday. Shock of shocks. And listen, sometimes I tell him, buddy, I'm only telling you this because it's a magic number. This time I told him, buddy, I'm telling you this because it's a magic number, but also if I don't work on Friday, I'm not going to be upset about it. And to Buddy's credit, I am not working on Friday. Good job, buddy. You've done well. Now then. Oh, God. There's something else been on my mind past couple of days. There's a game going around, and I don't remember exactly what it's called. Because I don't know, like, I don't know what started it. I don't remember what started. 82-0. Okay. So there's a game going around called 82-0. And 82-0 is a game where you try to build a basketball team, right? You try to draft a professional basketball team under certain restrictions, given like, here's a random team, pick a decade, you get one player from that team. So you could be given like the 1990s Orlando Magic, and you can choose, you know, do you want Shaquille O'Neal? Do you want Penny Hardaway? That sort of thing. You could get screwed over and be given, say, the 1980s Atlanta Hawks. I don't know if the Atlanta Hawks were good in the 1980s. I know that they're typically known as a not very good team. So you could be given a team that has absolutely no good players. Like, I don't know, I remember growing up in Boston in the 90s that the Celtics were usually not very good. So, and the idea is you draft a team of like 5 starters, 1 at each position, and you try to build the best team imaginable to go 82-0. Right? And it's a very fun concept. It's, you know, not dissimilar to the Immaculate Grid or Stat Pad, something like that, where you're drafting, you're trying to build a team, you're trying to get lucky and apply your sport knowledge and get the best score possible. it seems very fun and good. I messed around with it a little bit. I didn't get an 82-0, but I got a couple of good seasons. And I saw among people who were discussing it in, various Discord servers that I'm in that are more sport adjacent, a bunch of folks saying, boy, it would be really cool if there was a baseball-themed version of this, right? And lo and behold, within 2 days, like there was the day 82-0 dropped. There was the day I first saw 82-0 on my Bluesky feed. That was probably Tuesday of this week. I think it was Tuesday of this week. I saw 82-0 on my Bluesky feed for the first time, or saw it mentioned in this Discord server actually. On Tuesday, this thing drops in the Discord server and people are like, ooh, it would be cool if there was a baseball version of this. On Wednesday, everybody and his brother who is sporting adjacent on my Bluesky feed is playing 82-0. On Thursday, there is a baseball version and a football version and a hockey version and an English Premier League version and on and on and on, right? People have come up with and ripped off this concept, and away you go, right? And listen, there was the Immaculate Grid, and then there was the Immaculate Grid for baseball and basketball and what have you, and Sports Reference wound up buying the ImmaculateGrid.com from the dude what made the Immaculate Grid. Fine, rip-offs happen, but the speed, the alacrity with which these rip-offs came to be, and just the fairly obvious nature of them, and the fact that sometimes the stats are just plain weird. Like, I saw there's a baseball one centered around building a 117-win team because the Major League record for team wins in a season is 116. There's a baseball version where you get a team in a decade, and it just seems to pick wins above replacement figures almost at random. Like, I remember I got the Tampa Bay Devil Rays of the 2000s, and their best pitcher was Elmer Descends, or something stupid like that. Because, it was Adrian Hauser. It was Adrian Hauser of the 2020s Tampa Bay Rays. Because Adrian Hauser has had, like, one good half season for the Rays, and they just applied that rate stat horribly, and Adrian Hauser equates out to, like, an 8-win pitcher. Something stupid like that, right? So the speed and the obvious terribleness with which these clones and ripoffs have promulgated made me go and stop. Wait, these are just vibe-coded nonsense craps. No one went from, hey, I would like to make a baseball version of this thing, to I, using my coding skills, design knowledge, and application of sports statistics, have actually built a functioning one of these in 20 hours or whatever. Nobody did that. Somebody went to Claude, or what have you, Code GPT. I literally don't even know where people are doing these things. Somebody went to some machine learning, LLM, piracy, plagiarism, tree-killing machine thing and said, hey, you, robot, here's a website, steal its concept, make it for baseball, don't fuck up. And the robot spat out a website, and now there's a domain. And it's just like, once I grokked that, to use another AI term, let's take a quick temporary moment here to pause and wonder what the hell we're doing with this blue right here. I've got these two blues up here, and I could just motorway them, or I could run down here and save the motorway by using a roundabout. I think I'm going to run down here and save the motorway by using a roundabout. So what we're going to do is we're going to have these right here. I think we're going to situate our roundabout thusly. Voop and voop and voop for you. Okay. So these yellows come down here into the roundabout. These blues come down here into the roundabout. The blues go off that away. The yellows go off this away. all shall be fine, hopefully. So just the obvious nature of these vibe-coded AI crap sites has really turned me off of the idea of playing, the 117 game or the one that I'm sure exists for the NFL or even, and now I go back and I look at 82-0, the one that started it, and it's like, wait a second. This thing has the same basic aesthetic, and I look at that 82-0 graphic, and it sure does, listen, I don't want to accuse nobody of nothing, but I bet you if you went to ChatGPT and said, hey, spit out a logo that has a basketball and the phrase 82-0, it might look something like that. So I'm just sitting here like, was this all just vibe-coded bullshit from the beginning? And if so, what's the fucking point of doing anything? Like, unless you have sworn affidavits from these people who make these websites trumpeting up and down, no AI was used in the making of this thing, should you just assume that some stupid dipfucker used AI in the making of the thing? Like, I'm looking at 82and0.com, right? They have profiles on Bluesky, but they also have a profile on X the Everything app, which okay. I'm willing to believe that 82and0 was not vibe-coded bullshit unless and until it comes out that it was, or they just say, yeah, it totally was. Because that's the other thing. The people who do this vibe-coding bullshit are often very happy about trumpeting their vibe-coded bullshit, which makes it easier to avoid. But, also, we got problems. We got rather substantial difficulties happening because, this red over here, actually. This red over here, we can generally be fine with simply by doing that. So these two red houses can now serve this red business. This blue business, however, we might need to have us a chat-ski about. So let's extend this yellow off in that direction. And if we do that, then in turn, okay. And I think also I'm going to have to do this just to get this dark blue to serve over here, because otherwise I'd have to loop around here and use a bridge that I don't have for stupid reasonings, and we don't want any of that. So this red road comes down here, gets its very own spur. This green business probably needs to exist at some point. It's also unfortunate. Yeah, well, fortunately it's Sunday night, so we can get like a motorway or something. Cool. All right. You 5 have come into existence very rapidly. Here, I'm going to drop you there. And we're going to swing these 4 greens right here to serve this. These 5 greens right there to serve that. You've gone circular. Broadly fine. I don't love that, but I think it's going to wind up being okay. Here comes another dark blue for motorway number 1, given that motorway number 1 services both of these. This thing being a circle probably means... Well, I think ultimately it means that these 5 blues want to serve something else. I think we're going to have to restructure a lot of stuff, actually. Well, I think that's a problem for another week. I think we're just going to have to sit and ant farm this for a few days. So yeah, like, let's assume, for the sake of assumption, 82and0 is not vibe-coded bullshit. I am absolutely not going to extend the same courtesy to the 117 game or whatever the football and soccer and hockey ones are. I am not giving them that courtesy. I am operating under the assumption that they are plagiaristically vibe-coded bullshit nonsense. So what's the fucking point of doing anything on the goddamn internet anymore? Because, like, I don't want to interact with this bullshit. I don't want to give that website traffic. I don't want to partake in their services. What's the point of buying something you couldn't be bothered to make, you know? I'm not doing this shit. And if I'm not doing this shit, what exactly shit do I get to do? Is ultimately my question. Also, we completely and totally failed to get any actual support going for these blues and yellows and all of that garbage. So I'm going to have to make some up on my own. And that means we're in trouble. Actually, upon further examination, well, I can bring in two. I can bring in two more blues right here just by doing this. And then, having successfully done that, we can sneak this yellow in like that. These three yellows can slide through this little gap. We get two more blue houses here to serve that garbage, which is at least something. These reds here, incidentally, are now providing love, care, and support for this red business via these roads and the motorway. And if they're going to do that, then I can reclaim this bridge. And if I can reclaim this bridge, all manner of good things become available to me. For you see, I don't know where I was going with this. Ah, yes. If I can reclaim that bridge, then I can reclaim this motorway. Because of the wonderful things he does. Let's kill this motorway. And I'm going to swing this motorway down this way. This bunch of greenhouses, then, will come here, doot that way, and bridge themselves in this fashion right over here to serve this green circle business. With them serving this green circle business, that, in turn, means that I don't need the motorway to serve this green circle business. These greenhouses here motorway themselves down this way to serve this, and now it's all basically fine. Except for this yellow. This yellow is new, but, well, it's newly a circle. It has presently 4 houses. I think that's basically fine. I could give you a 5th house fairly easily. I don't necessarily feel the need to do that. You know what I do feel the need to do, however, is chop, murder, and kill this motorway because we can, once again, replace it with a bridge. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw this road. Oh, well, I know we're going to be faster on bridges, but we don't need to be unnecessarily so. Okay. So once this motorway demotorizes itself, which is going to happen once this car gets out of there and gets back, once that happens, we're going to have us a little adventure. All right. So this big clump of 6 greens now takes this rather ridiculous bridge all the way down here to serve this business. This dark blue, by the way, is now a circle, and I'm starting to think that we might be in a fair whack of trouble as regards the servicing of, this roundabout's getting a little dicey, is what I'm getting at. All right, I have plans regarding the roundabout. Let's kill this bridge. Let's kill that bridge, and I'm essentially going to redraw it, going off that away. But if I do that, that means that these dark blues now get this part of the roundabout. That's fine. Let's also pull these reds away so that they're not blocking the light blues as they come into here. I could probably even recollect Yeah, we could probably just reset this roundabout a little further north. If we just replace this, if we just place this roundabout a little further north, all of this nonsense gets a lot better. Like, what if we center that roundabout here? Let's just center that roundabout right here so that these reds... Yeah, if we just do that, I think if we just do that, everything's going to be so much happier. You come in just like that. Here. You, and you, and you. All right, that can't fully be connected yet, but let's give this a second to declutter itself. I think you see the vision here, though. I think we all see where this is going. Okay, so this yellow road is going to follow this bridge right down here, in like so. I am going to need to steal, by the way, a couple of greens from something. And hey, look, a couple of greens I can steal from something. That couple of greens right there, foop, will be used to draw motorway number 3 all the way down this way. Actually, hold on. You're serving a circle. Why don't I steal a couple of greens that aren't presently serving a circle? There you go. You couple of greens way over there. We'll take motorway number 3 back down this way. Okay. You diagonalate yourself up that way. Okay. So this garbage has calmed down a skosh. There we go. Here's a bunch of stuff for you. Here's a bunch of stuff for you. Okay, so the way this roundabout works now is you've got a northeastern spur for these 2 red houses. You've got an eastern spur for these 3 light blue houses. And then you've got a southeastern spur for these 3 red houses. These houses here all come together into the roundabout, and all of them are spitting out down the southwestern spur into this double plaza to serve these 2 businesses. That's basically fine. That works a treat, honestly. This yellow house here, I'm going to steal and toss up that away to serve this dying yellow circle because, well, I just described it as a dying yellow circle. I think you can understand why I might be inclined to give it more support. Okay. How's this green business working out? You doing okay, bud? Feel like 2 houses might not be enough for you? I feel like 2 houses might not be enough for you. Okay. Let's take a roundabout. Speaking of houses not being enough for stuff, first we're going to point some more reds on this road going up here to serve that. They just spawned here, so why not? Next, let's loop. Let's do this to get these 2 red houses. Yep. You see how they're immediately spitting cars out? So these 2 red houses here will loop up this way, serve this red business. That'll be just fine. Okay. Everything continues to come up Goog House, except for the ways in which I'm failing, which are many, but we need not discuss them. Okay, next. This yellow house here is not doing anything, and this yellow business is dying. So, let's point this yellow house up north this way, and then replace that with... I think we're going to have to murder kill this entire bridge. Yeah, we are going to have to murder kill this entire bridge to get those yellows back, which is unfortunate, but, you know, it'll be okay. The good news is it's a bridge here. This road is very fast. Okay. Off you go. You've got another yellow house. You should basically be fine, right? You've got pretty significant dude flow coming in. I think you're actually okay. I'm inclined to think that this yellow is actually gonna be okay. It's just very busy right now. And listen, it does have an awful lot of pips going on, but it also has a lot of dude flow, as previously stated. So, oof. Man, they do just keep on demanding to be coming, don't they? Come on, yellows. All right, there you go. Calm yourself down just a tiny little bit. Give me another motorway. Do I have any spare yellows that aren't really doing anything? I've got 1 yellow house right here that's not doing nothing. And I could probably peel a couple of these away from this business without really murderating anything. But beyond that, I kind of feel like this yellow just needs to toughen up, bucko. Like, I hate to be so blithe about stuff, but the answer here might just be toughen up, bucko. As for this, my light blues are starting to get a little bit angerated as well. Also, my bucko is not toughening up, and we're going to bulldoze this tree. Sorry about that tree. Needed to be done. All right. My light blues I can totally do something about because I've got just a whole bunch of road going on. Like, look at all of this road I've got going on. Look at all this road. Yeah, if I've got all this road, there's really no reason not to draw a whole bunch of road, right? What if we just do this? This will rescue a bridge even, because this is more houses than that. This is 6 houses, and that's one place. Okay. So that's going to get me a bridge back, which is actually going to be helpful just in the sense that it'll make this yellow road here operate much more efficiently. Rather than having to wind up through here, it'll cut up that away, which is something. I'm also going to steal another house from this business. So this business is presently only being served by 2 houses, which I don't love. But, you know, I also wouldn't love if this yellow business here fucking died. And at present, it sort of looks like this yellow business here is gonna fucking die. So, yeah. Speaking of things that are gonna fucking die, here's this light blue over here. This light blue over here is also gonna fucking die. Light blue friends. Light blue friends, I don't really encourage any of you to actually fucking die. Could you please maybe not actually fucking die? These light blues are going to hop motorway number 7. Get over that away, serve that business. That's going to have to be okay. This yellow here has finally calmed down. Okay. This yellow here is okay. That's good. This light blue and this red. Oh, this red? Why is that red mad? Hold on. What makes the red man mad? It's a question that Disney tried to answer one time in a Peter Pan song, and it went so bad with the benefit of hindsight and racism. Okay, let's swing. I just noticed that I had these 3 greens sitting over here doing nothing in particular, so I've swung motorway number 3 down that way, such that these 3 greenhouses now have a shorter road to serve this green business than the 2 of these did to serve that. So that's going to be fine and good. Assuming, you know, nothing else just fucking dies, which, I mean, hey, good timing, this green has gone circular. Bad timing, this blue is dying. I don't understand why this... Okay, all of the blues are busy, and therefore all of the blues are dying. This blue in particular must have just been purpose-built to fucking die. You don't get to actually fucking die, my guy. You're a singleton little blue business with, like, at the time, 6 houses supporting you. I have since robbed some of those businesses, so now you're a little bit more justifiably angry about stuff. But still. Oh, Lord. Also, you've got this right over here, like a dedicated little fucker just living off in the corner. You've got a dedicated little fucker all to your very own self, and you're still mad about stuff? Fuck you, buddy. All right. This red circle is much more justifiably angry, honestly. It has been neglected and mistreated, and we're going to bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. And here come 2 more red houses to serve that. This red business doesn't get to... No. No, Red Bit, you've got 5 houses. You don't get to be angry about stuff just because a roundabout is servicing you. That's not how this works. You don't get to be permanently angry about stuff simply because of the existence of a roundabout. God, you fucking NIMBY bastard. All right, this plaza's doom is coming. Actually, everything's doom is, yeah, okay. All right, fine. That's fine. It's not like you had 7 houses, including one dedicated permanently to your banking, and 3,576 commuters over 108 days. It sure seems like a decent number. It's top 5% in the world, and still not good enough. Forget, drop those samurai slams in the chat. Grumble, I say. Next, I say, bring me my friend the Wordle. Probably not vibe-coded bullshit. The Wordle. That should be the slogan for every good website. Every decent, honorable website, by the way, the Wordle today is olive. Every decent, honorable website should have at least a secondary slogan that reads, definitely not vibe-coded bullshit. And then if you are, in fact, vibe-coded bullshit, we get to shoot you out of a cannon. That's the penalty. Listen, the tools exist. We can't put that genie back in the bottle, but we can disincentivize their usage. If it is discovered that you make a thing via vibe coding and bullshit, the penalty is defenestration via cannon. We will take you up in a very tall building, line up a cannon next to a window, and then shoot you out the window through the cannon. Make a thing with vibe-coded bullshit. God. So it's not loyal, but there is a Y. It could be hotly. How did a person possibly accomplish their task? Why they did it hotly? No? Well, maybe. Who's to say? Me. Not me if I can't type it. They did it hotly? No. Okay. But we did get the basic structure of the word, sort of. So in what manner did they perform their incredible feat on Twitch? They did it pogly. No? Okay, fine. Understandably. How was the crying woman speaking? She was speaking sobbly? No? Okay, fine. What about how was the corn served? The corn was served cobbly? No? Okay. All right, fine. What stupid little decorative things did you put on a table? You put out a doily, except no, because there's no I. So we're not even going to try that one. We know there's no I, and therefore it's not doily. Also, there could be a second Y. I suppose there could be a second Y, but we know that second Y is not the third letter. So once again, not doily. Also, how did the fraternity operate? It operated boily. Not going to be like that because, again, second Y, not the third letter. Oh, boy. All right. Well, it could be duly. No? Okay, fine. So there's no D and there's no second O. That's something. Fuck, man, I don't know. Morley, Sogly. How did the looks maxer pose for the camera? He did so Mogly. No? Okay, good. Also, it's a damn shame that looks maxing alt-right chuds have taken to smashing their faces with hammers for beauty, because they should have their faces smashed with hammers for justice. Anyway. Oh, Lord. Let's see here. What about... in what manner was the container store structured? Boxley? No? Okay, fine. Who's Renee Paquette's favorite wrestler? Although admittedly she's biased, it's John Moxley. No, okay, fine. What kind of lotuses? How did the Lotus player in Magic the Gathering arrange their cards? They did so Moxley. No, okay, fine. Okay, fine. All right, I'll stop. I'll stop with that particular one. In what manner were you stupid? You were stupid, Foxley? Like a fox? No, okay, stop. All right. Goog, stop with the badness and start being good about stuff, or don't. What about? Man, I have no idea here. Morley, Forley, Gorley, Porley, Sorley? Marty Mix? No? Okay. Gorley? No. Ow. Could be a second L. Well, golly. It could be a second L, couldn't it? It's not. Thank God. Oh, I already eliminated the possibility of a second L when I said loyal. God. So bad at smart. I am so bad at smart.
Let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Title of the episode, So Bad at Smart. Hi, Sam. Samurai Sam was here first. Oh, Lord. Well, no, it's not going to be coyly because we know the third letter isn't Y. I don't know. Robley? No. This is an annoying Wordle. You're right. Ponley, Monley, Bonley, Fonley, Conley, Ronley, Wanley, Sonley, Zonley. Wassley, Rossley, Possley, Fossley, Jossley, Sossley, no, Cossley, Zosley, Bossley, Nossley, Mossley, no, okay, fine. Ronley, Ponley, Johnley, Monley, Fonley, no. None of these are words. Absolutely none of these are words. Jobley, Mobley. How did the angry townsfolk attack the one dude they wanted to ostracize? Mobley. No? All right, fine. How did the thieves approach the bank? Robley. Okay. How was the poorly built table constructed? Wobbly. No? Okay, fine. How did the remote access key gain entry to the car? Fobbly. No? Okay, fine. All right, fine. In what manner was the person employed? No, okay. Son of a bitch. Roffley? No. Ronley? Bonley? Bonley? Not a word. Sam has dropped a clip of Goog saying a bunch of nonsense, which, thank you, Sam. There's been a lot of that today. Goog has said a bunch of nonsense today. You're going to have a fun time when presumably you go back and watch on the YouTube, which is a thing that Sam does. Folks, if y'all have not appreciated by now that Samurai Sam is the single most dedicated viewer that the _Goog has or ever will have, that is a true fact about our good friend Samurai Sam. Oh, God, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? In what manner was the Jell-O pudding magnate thrown in jail on account of his horrible actions? Objection! Cosley? No? Okay, fine. Sam objected to the Bill Cosby joke, but it was too late. I had already started making it. You can't stop making a joke. Listen, joke begins at conception. You don't get to stop your humor midway through. All right? Joke begins at conception might also be the title of the episode. What are we doing? What are we doing? I have no idea what this fucking word is. Foully? No? I can't even come up with a word that fits the existing knowledge of letters that we have. I haven't said it. Amazing. I haven't said a word in 10 minutes. It's not jolly. There's no second L. It would be so easy if there was a second L. It could be jolly or folly or molly or polly or lolly. There could be a third L. But no, there's not even a second L. There's no second O, so it can't be woolly or fooly or mooly or bully or pooly or God. It's also not godly because there's no G and no D. Jesus Christ. There's no divinely on account of it being a 5-letter word and not 8. I'm going to explode. I'm just going to explode. Popley. All right, fine. Had to evoke a popular children's toy for a second there. Could be Popley. How was the corn heated? No? Okay, fine. I'm so mad at this fucking word. I'm so mad at this fucking world. It's not some bullcrap archaic old Scottish word. Great. What is a poorly spelled fancy adjective for a lady who evokes the comely? No? All right, fine. New bit. No. Wopley. No. Wasley. No. Here we come a Wasley. No. Wadgley. No. Wackley. No. How is the Asian food prepared? No. We're gonna get there. We're gonna brute force this. I don't care. This is the show now. I don't have anything to do today. I let off this goddamn television broadcast. I let off this goddamn Twitch stream by noting that I don't have fucking work today. Y'all are here. This is the show. We're doing this. We are brute forcing this fucking world. We're gonna get one 5-letter word out of all of the plausible combinations of fucking consonants and fucking things. And one of them's gonna be right. One of them's gonna fit. One of them is going to be submittable as a word. And that is going to be our final guess. And if it happens to be correct, then we will have won. Jowly! I fuck! Ugh! I thought of a word and it didn't fit. I didn't even know. I don't even know what it was. I thought of Jolly, and I entered it, and I saw the J go gray, and I just screamed, and I turned away in disgust, and I promise you, I did not see what the actual fucking word is. So once I click this X, I'm gonna have a fucking meltdown. What is this fucking word? Nobly. Okay. All right. Nobly. That's a word. I don't have anything. That's a word. That's a true word. It's a word that exists in the language. Jesus Christ. All right, let's do some time guessing. Hello there, cooking staff at Big Ben. Wait, that's Canada. That's not Big Ben, that's Canada. Hello, Canadian chefs. What's with the being of Canadian chefs? That was they were an independent tag team for a while. Canadian chefs, Canadian chefs, Canadian chefs. Glorious. Oh God. All right. I don't think we're gonna get any better than Canada, and presumably like the chief government headquarters of Canada, which would be in Ottawa. All right. So when is this? This doesn't look exceedingly recent. This could be like 2000 maybe. Then again, it could also be yesterday, but it could also be 2000. So I don't know. We are in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada in 2010. Listen, I'm sure if you're a person who recognizes buildings or could think of a reason for the Canadian flag to be flown at half staff, that would matter, but I'm not and don't, so we are in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada in 2010. Oh, God, do you have like a big fancy... Yeah, Parliament of Canada. Great. We're at the Parliament of Canada in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada in 2010. Yep. Yeah, we sure are. Wow. Good job, Goog. Don't ask me how I actually got 2010 out of that. Next. All right. All right, so my first immediate thought is the Montgomery bus boycotts. Let's see how terribly wrong that turns out to be. This says... crap. Crap. I just barely can't read this. Does that say... Looks like it says, like, this is an M, this is a U, this is an L. It looks like it says Muldoon, which isn't really a thing, so I'm not reading it right. Son of a bitch. And that could be, like, city or county or some other thing. Yeah, I just barely can't read that license plate. Son of a bitch. All right. That's the Philippine mail. Interesting. And these, if one was to make a terribly specific racial guess, could be some Philippine males. So maybe we're just in the Philippines. It's an awful lot of English to be... Like, doesn't Filipino have... Yeah, Filipino's its own language that has its own concepts, letters and whatnot. But you got ice cream and your Kati Cafe and mobile gasoline and... Huh. And you've got Del Rosario Bras. Okay. It's a very expensive, very specialized clothing store that looks an awful lot like an apartment building. But what do I know? Okay. Could also be Bros. It could also be Bros. Would probably make more sense if it was Bros. Fuck. So mad at myself for not being able to... Am I really going to say that we're in the Philippines based on this mail truck? I mean... It could be. There was definitely some white English-speaking colonialism happening there. All right, fine. We are in the Philippines in 1944? I don't know, man. These look fairly oldie-timey. Yeah, this is not the 50s. This is pre-50s. All right. So we've decided that we're in the Philippines. Great. I will now... Wait, Manila's in the Philippines. Could that just say Manila? Could that just say Manila? No. This does not say Manila, but maybe this says like MNL. And anyway, Manila is the capital of the Philippines, I think. So instead of doing my usual white person blind and oblivious to the intricacies of Southeast Asia nonsense and drawing a very large circle, I'm just going to zoom in right here. We are in Manila, the Philippines, in 1944. Yeah? Eh? We are in Manila, the Philippines, in 1958. Okay, fine. All right, I'll take it. I was wrong about the time, but I was right about the place. And that counts for something. Next. Oh, God. We've got the Sinalco Bilshaus. Nice. You also have your Music House Menzenhauer. And they're showing Fenster and Wedflachen, which is good for them. Schrieb, Handels, and Schul are putting on a show called Beautystrasse C11, which I'm sure is lovely, got very high reviews. I think that might be a precursor to Spinal Tap, actually, that goes all the way to 11. All right, so this little horse-drawn street cart type thing goes to Algemen and, it's the Algemen Berliner Omnibus of Acting in Gesellschaft. Okay. Sure is an awful lot of German going on here. Almost as if we're in, wait for it, Germany. However, there are a lot of places that speak German, not all of which are presently Germany. This is a park of some kind. I can't really make out the lettering there. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's an awful lot of German happening here. I'm just going to say that we're in Berlin, Germany in 19 Herc the thing all the way to the left. Because look at all this, the street trams and the... Maybe not Herc the thing all the way to the left on account of this thing, but we're going to Herc the thing most of the way to the left. We are in Berlin, Germany, in Goog. What would you do with the Overton window of the entire world if you had the opportunity? Herc the thing most of the way to the left. It's 1909, but we were in fact in Berlin. Good job, Goog. Next. Make Mumbai pollution-free. Seems like a good idea. And also, thanks for telling me where we are, bus. Get your vehicle checked for puck. You don't want that. You'll have an entire Midsummer Night's Dream if you don't get your vehicle checked for puck. All right. When are we in Mumbai? People? Also, is that a red herring? I don't think that herring... No, the bus is red, but the bus is not a herring. I don't think that bus is a herring. I'm willing to go with the bus and suggest that we might be in Mumbai. And therefore, it's just a matter of figuring out when we are. And we've got ourselves a lovely little Hinsky right over here. This Hinsky is so lovely, it could be playing third base for a mediocre early 2010s Boston Red Sox team. See, because Eric Hinsky was a... Okay. So a way to find out if any hockey players have been riding it. I feel like that's a joke. I feel like Sam is making a hockey joke. Also, Eric Hinsky was on the excellent late 2000s Boston Red Sox teams, not just, or perhaps not, the mediocre early 2010s ones. Listen, I don't remember things. What makes you think I'm a person who remembers things, Sam? My best friend in the whole world showed me a picture of a ticket stub he got from a baseball game he attended with me 10 years ago today. I have no memory of that. None whatsoever. Ugh. Anyway, as I was saying, despite not knowing or not remembering anything about going to Fenway Park with my bestest friend in the entire world 10 years ago today, I do, for some god-awful reason, remember that this was the Pepsi logo of like the late 90s and early 2000s, and will therefore say that we are in Mumbai, India in 2000. God, I hate my brain. Hate my brain so much. We're in Mumbai in 2000. We are in Mumbai in 1998. Good job, Goog. Next and last, what do I need to beat Sam? Something shy of 7,000. Sam got 42,887, so I need 7. I need just shy of 7. 6 and a lot of change. Let's say 7,000 points to achieve ultimate glorious victory. We've got a flag. This flag appears to have, hold on, let's count. Do you just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? You just have 6 rows of 8 stars. Great, amazing. I will say, the 48-star American flag kind of slapped. The 50-star flag is not great. The 50-star flag is a little busy with its field nonsense. The 48-star appears to have been a bit of a banger. At the same time, even as a person who does not recognize flags, I have seen a lot of world flags. The American flag is one of the busiest fucking flags in the whole goddamn world. It's got so many stripes and so many 50 fucking... Anyway. So, you can get soft drinks, chocolate milk, a half pint of milk, or orange drink, all for a nickel. Great, amazing. We are somewhere in the United States at some time when there were 48 of them and shit was cheap. Okay. I'd like it if we could narrow that down just a little bit, such as if, say, we had a sign advertising a catering company at a specific street address in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If only we could find anything here advertising a particular catering company that had a direct street address available to us in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If only. Also, if only there was something here that evoked the obviousness of the fact that we are or recently were at fucking war. If only there was something here that could indicate that the United States is or was recently at fucking war. If only we could then piece together the information that had been presented to us to state with something approaching certainty that we are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1945. God. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 1943. Boom! 98-75. Final score, 45-874. Drop those GGs in the chat. What do you mean Stream Deck wants to access my Discord account? Yes, Stream Deck. God. Of all of the companies I'll hand all of my shit over to, Elgato is not the most bad of them. God. Drop those GGs in the chat. Let's play StatPad. We need wins above replacements for anyone in the AL Central in 2019. Pick a Hanley Ramirez season. A Tampa Bay Rays catcher from 2000 to 2025. A Nationals infielder of the past 25 years. And someone in the NL Central in 2014. Okay. Let's see here. So 2019 American League Central. I mean, listen, we could think really hard about this, or we could just say it's 2019, so Miguel Cabrera's a little bit toast. He might have still been good, but he was definitely on the decline, so he's probably just toast. And if Miguel Cabrera's toast, then we might as well just say it's Jose Ramirez. Like, what are the odds that Jose Ramirez had a bad season in 2019? Not very good. Jose Ramirez had a fine season in 2019, 88th percentile. I was never going to get Lucas Giolito or remember that was the season before Francisco Lindor got traded or any of that bullshit. I'm fine with Jose Ramirez. Marlins infielder from 2000 to 2025. I said pick a Hanley Ramirez season, but actually, is this just like 2004 Mike Lowell? This could just be 2004 Mike Lowell, right? He was really good. Yeah, it could just be like 2004, 2003 Mike Lowell. They won the World Series. He must have been good. He was fine. He had 2.8 WAR. Okay. It was, in fact, pick a Hanley Ramirez season. God damn it. I talked myself out of picking a Hanley Ramirez season. Damn it. Also Miguel Cabrera. He's quite good at baseball. Okay. Tampa Bay Rays catcher. Fuck you. Fuck you. A Tampa Bay Rays catcher. Fuck you. How in I have no idea. Can you name anyone who has ever caught for the Yes, I can name a catcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. Deoner Navarro has caught for the Tampa Bay Rays. He was terrible. But I think he might have also been their starter at some times and maybe been good. I don't know, man. We're going to go with 2007 Deoner Navarro. 0.3 WAR. Good job. Oh, Mike's Toby Hall. John Jason. 2008. 2008 Deoner Navarro. Would have been so bad at game. We need a Washington Nationals infielder. So the question now becomes, was Anthony Rendon ever better than Ryan Zimmerman? And the answer might be yes, but we're going to take the easier one, and we're just going to say 2012 Ryan Zimmerman. 3.9 WAR. Good job. 2009. Yep, Ryan Zimmerman, Anthony Rendon. Pick a year. Good job. And we need someone from the National League Central in 2014, which... What's easy mode? Doesn't say what it does. I wonder if easy mode will just show you the... Yeah. Anyway. 2014 National League Central. We need... Fuck, man, I don't know. Who was good in the NL Central in 2014? The Cardinals were in the 2013 World Series, and therefore probably were at least decent. Can I think of anyone who was on the 2014 St. Louis Cardinals? Yadier Molina, probably. Yeah, okay. Easy mode lets you submit a player, and the best year will be automatically chosen. Oh! I can see how people would want that. I'm not going to do it. Also, we're going to say Albert Pujols, because why would we say anyone other than Albert Pujols if Albert Pujols is available to us? He was an Angel in 2014. That's a good reason. This was after he had left the Cardinals and signed with the Angels. Well, then, fine. We'll go back to saying Yadier Molina. Fuck you. 3.2 wins above replacement. A good but not great year. You were looking for Johnny Cueto or Andrew McCutchen or Adam Wainwright or Jahani Peralta. Okay, fine. My grid beat 10% of other grids. This was not a good game of stat pad. Oh well. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. I think I'll be back Monday morning. I don't know, man. Shit's weird. Schedules are schedules. We will be back when we will be back. Hopefully, there will be a stream schedule posted in the Discord sometime this weekend. Until then, thank you all so very much for watching. This is the end screen. Goodbye.